Good morning, everybody. Always you grab in the wrong hand. Okay. Yeah. Good morning. Like I said, welcome to another episode of Concept Art Design in VR. Let me get my hair out of my goggles. There we go. So we spent the last week making the CyberDock shop office, and it was super cool. But I'm really feeling the desire just to do something more loose and organic right now. So I think we're going to make a pastorally kind of pastoral means farming. We're going to do a tree and a natural landscape scene of some kind. And I'm just looking for a basic part to use. Oh, that's where it was. We're going to ignore all those mechanical shapes that I have been using for the last couple of weeks. Because, yeah, why not? I'm going to take this level and decrease the res. Give me as big a space as I kind of can. Where am I at? I'm in my box, yep. And this is supposed to be fur, but I'm just getting a basic area to put down, something I can use, because we're going to use it as ground. Let's bring our inner radius down a little bit so I'm not going to have a hard cut. And let's just extend out some stuff. And I know it's going to look a little weird, and that's fine. But we just want to get kind of a ground plane that we can use. Okay. And yeah, this is obviously I just kind of grabbed something and it's not in any way quote right, but we needed a ground. And we'll fix anything that looks weird kind of as we go forward. So right now we're flat. But flat's kind of boring. And so the way I'm going to think about this is like as if we were building a set for a 3D cartoon, probably mostly. So it's going to have a ground area. And then ultimately, we'd probably throw a matte painting behind it. I'm not going to try and hide everything or make the world, just like the stage area part. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a hill there. Like that. Okay, yeah. And then maybe down, not too much. Let's actually decrease our inner radius even more. So it's basically there's nothing. I wish there's a way I could just kind of drag this through here like this, but we're going to push this down. So that we have something that I can use as a riverbed, I think, is the point. It's going to kind of come around here, around this hilly area. Yeah, that works for me. And then off camera. And we're going to think of our front area, I think, as like over here. Let's make that longer and up. Doing that like that. Give it a bit of just a little bit of curve to the ground. Some visual interest. And sure. And up. And you can see I'm not spending a lot of time. We're focusing very hard on it, just enough that we get like a cool. So if we were standing here, I might even fix this a little bit more, shrink it down as much as I can. I'm going to bring that over and over. And I'm going to probably drop the res on all of this in a second. And I might need to hide some things in a minute too. We'll see. But that goes up high. I bring that up high too. Okay, yeah. All right, so we'll call that kind of what we're thinking of for playing. We got like a river valley thing there going on. Soggy Valley's gonna be much smaller than that. But let's decrease the res, because this is probably getting pretty large and it doesn't need to be at all detailed. And hopefully I didn't freak it out. Let's see. Quick save it. I'm just giving it a base name. I don't care what it's called. And let's just see, so I get an idea how I'm at. What's our right now? We're already at 2 million polys. No. Let's see if we can decrease those again. And actually, I think I might transform it. And can I shrink the whole thing? Like that. Yeah. There we go. Now it's a lot smaller. So now, quick save. Now we're looking at for polys. 600,000. That I can live with. Okay. So there's our ground. It's ugly, but it's ours. Let's go to new layer and do some painting. And by painting, I actually mean drawing. And we're going to start with trying to make a tree. I want a tree on this thing right here. Let's change our color to a nice brown. Decrease that a little bit, just because. So now we want to have, so this is our POV shot, is essentially right here. The water's going to go around there. We want to have, actually, let's adjust. I want stroke taper scale. Yeah, let's see how that works. I gotta get better used to that, but we're gonna create some roots. Go in again. Like a root system into the water here. It's kind of coming around. And I love it when roots kind of do that. You just want to make it feel. The term I keep thinking of is Shrekian, but come down and up. Often knobbly. Let's make that a little thicker. So yeah, we're looking here. We got all these cool roots. Coming off our tree. And let's go to another new layer. And then the tree to kind of come up like that. And I'm kind of going to build it like this, I think. Actually, just wireframe it a little bit. Yeah, so I like that. Yeah. So the tree's gonna stick up. We want some more roots coming down like that. Let's take this tree and bend it, warp it a little bit. So it's not, I don't want it to be straight up and down. I want it to feel kind of a little bit more fantastical. And like that. Something goes off here. Not liking that yet. Look at that. Some branches. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit like that. And I think we want another branch here. Like that. I'm not really sure how to do this. Like, this is kind of a new thing for me, but this is how I would approach it. If I were drawing it in 2D, I'd approach it something similar to this. So start like that and see how it goes. And then I'm gonna give it like a big, like it kind of goes up like that even. And this should all be filled. So this is all part of the tree here, like that. Okay. Cool. Let's start with that. Okay, so if that's going to be our skeletal form for this tree, let's go to the new layer, decrease the res. And I want to find some kind of a plane to use for that again. And I don't really know what the best form is going to be. Probably not fur. Let's try this bump. And that's working for me. Yeah, that's cool. Now that I have my skeletal shape, as it were, in place, I can go through and skin it, and I know where my tree is going to be. We're going to have to do a bit more work on it to make it right, but it's a good place to start from. We're doing that fantasy style tree anyway, so we don't have to worry too much. Like, is it an oak or an elm or a? Yeah, I don't know. It's not. It's a Shrek tree, man. That's what it is. Um, this is just really a nice change after doing the tons and tons of sci-fi tech stuff I've been doing lately. I don't think I've done anything organic in a long time. Just been, oh, that's looking good. Yeah. Just been doing a lot of, robots and spaceships and even like rooms and stuff. And truthfully, I think there's more work to be done in the industry that way. But now that with the advent of movies like Jungle Book, people are actually starting to model and create entire forest areas as well, because real forests are really hard to shoot in, I think. So, um, so there's going to be more of this stuff now, which is cool. It looks like a giant penis right now, but whatever. Shrink that down and kind of fill in and down. Um, so yeah, there's gonna be more of this kind of thing, and I shouldn't be afraid to do stuff besides sci-fi. Sci-fi is awesome. I love me some sci-fi, but um, well, actually, I think carving into this in a minute is how I'm going to work on it. So we're going to build these forms out. I'm going to leave that as just a branch. Um, but yeah, sci-fi, freaking awesome. Love it. I love it so hard. I love my Star Wars and my, all that stuff. But I also really like my elven forests. There's something neat about that stuff as well. And I think we want to make sure that we have the ability to, as concept artists, to make whatever's in front of us, even though we do have obviously specialties. Like there are things that, you go to Aaron Beck for robots. But I don't know. I think if you're not Aaron Beck, you might want to be able to do more than robots. It's kind of a weird counterintuitive thing from what I've observed is that the senior people in the industry get to specialize, and starting out people are kind of expected to be generalists, which is kind of silly because it seems like you could become effective as a specialist if you were a junior much faster than learn to do everything a little bit. But no one said that people in the industry were super smart either, particularly producers and hiring directors. I didn't say that. Yes, I did. All right, so there's kind of the start of our tree. Let's save. Okay, that's feeling kind of cool to me. I like it. I'm just gonna clean up a lot of these little artifacty areas from using a flat thing. Do a circular area. I get some of these edgings that are weird. But again, for a Shrek tree, thinking it that way, it's kind of cool. Kind of want to give it more of a bump here. Like that, so it feels kind of interesting. Okay. Um, keep going higher a little bit. Maybe I'll go a little higher. Not a lot though. I think this is where you'd start hitting matte painting and potentially foliage stuff. But just so that it gets up there. Yeah. All right. And so my scene would be like kind of there. Yeah. Go off down here like this, and there's a human like here. Totally working for me. Okay. Um, let's cut into this shape now a little bit. Let's switch our head tool up to give it something different. I don't even know. Let's see. That's kind of neat. I'm just trying to vary things up a little bit, and I might have to go back to the other one and fill in two. Maybe even carve out that one a little bit. Yeah, that's cool. I just flipped it over, and now I'm carving into it with the same shape that I was building out. Um, let's have that hole there. I like having that hole there. So let's actually make it a full-on hole there. It's going to go into the tree. It's kind of rotten now or something. And We're adding some textural noise, although a lot of this could get put in with bump maps and maybe even displacement maps if we're using Octane to render it down the line. Gosh, I love Octane too. I'm just learning it now, and it's so powerful. It's a weird system. It's not at all like anything I've ever used before as a renderer, but it's cool. Look at that crack there. It's kind of cool too. All right. Carving in there. And let's add some more. Let's add another layer of branches. I'll use this thing again. Let's see how this piece works for branches. I feel like it might be all right. That is pretty cool. Gotta go slow. Don't be afraid to change your axes. We tend to draw along one a lot, and you get a lot of like these straight lines. You want it like the coolest thing about being able to do this in VR is that you can really change up. So you're not just drawing along one, even artificial axis when you're making it, but rather you get to take things where they need to go. So you can like curl, really make it feel like a full-on shape. That's neat looking. I'm digging that. A little bit of a burr kind of thing going on here. There we go. Cool. All right. So we've got ourselves a tree now. It's a tree. I like is a tree. Let's just go in here, and I'm just this is way overkill, but we're gonna fill in some of the space here for that hole. There's our squirrel lives there or something. But now it's filled in just so the polys are on all sides. Let's go new layer. And I'm gonna change my color to a more of a gray green kind of thing. And let's go look at some rocks. And then, medium comes with some really pretty cool rocks just to start with. Let's go to single. Let's just put some of those in here. Again, to vary up our forms and our textures. And just so that we feel like things are working here. Like that. And turn it over. Got some of that rock. Let's go to a different rock now. And big there. That rock there, kind of quite large. I must be fairly near my bookshelf because I'm near the edge. Okay. Like a big kind of larger like stone area for standing on as from a staging perspective. This gives us our hero someplace to it's been definitely worn away by water or whatever. Now it's like that. Cool. And then let's go back and get another rock. Flat and sharp. Set there. And there. You see what I'm doing too is I'm encouraging these rocks to be kind of a border for our wonky geo that I've made here. by doing this stuff, people go, oh, it's a rocky shore. Okay, whatever. And then yeah, we should be able to hide some trees and stuff beyond it. And that might actually help us sort of sell that everything's sort of in space the way we want it to be. Switch to a different rock. Because I don't want it to feel like it was placed there by man as much, although a little it will. But we've all seen these kind of things in real life, right? Cool. Let's have him kind of growing out of a rock here a little bit. See what happens if we go to continuous. Not that far. There we go. Lots of rocks. What are our poly count at now? Let's see. 9 mil. We're okay still. Quick save again. And let's go with another new layer. And let's go back and try to add some more plant type things. So in this organic, we got these cool wall fungus, which are basically for like going on the side of trees and stuff. We've all seen them, right? So go away. So like that, yeah. A couple of those. It's growing off the side of our tree. And also give us a chance to hide things we don't really like in our tree. Whoa, hit. Hide your tree. Look at that. Oh, I'm liking this now, man. This is looking cool. Yeah. Look at that. There we go. That's cool. Okay. So that. Then let's go with the other mushroom. This is like a big, standing kind of more mushroom. And shrink it down and give it a different color. And probably another layer too. Single. Couple there. Couple there. We're going to concentrate our detail more on this side of things than the other side, because although we could walk around this whole space, and that's one of the advantages to VR, we're thinking of this as a TV set and not a video game. So no one's going to explore this. We're more going to be like standing here and two people are going to be talking about some shit that they've had to deal with or whatever. I'm going to carve into a couple of these mushrooms. Yeah, I took an arrow to the knee, as Maria just said. Ugh. I used to be an archer like you, and then some guard took my fucking arrow in his knee and walked away with it. No, I don't know. You know. All right, I admit it. I'm a little bit weird. I'm sorry. Maria's like a little bit, and I'm like, yeah. Oh shit. Okay. So we got some of that going on there. Some shroomage. Got some shroomage going on there. Let's try something else too. Another new layer. Let's go back to those custom. Oh, internet is here, but why isn't it on the group? Let's go with the maybe the short fur to start with. Let's see if he's got anything else. These are a bunch. These are the ones that Scout made that are super awesome, but I haven't used them in a while. They're mostly animal shapes because I feel like people are thinking of this mostly for use that way. Ah, yes, we will use this. This is supposed to be spiky fur, but I think, unless I miss my guess, it would make a fine, fine grass. Mhm. So along that area here, that's cool. A little bit of that going on there. Mhm. Yeah, I'm liking this. This is feeling cool to me. I'm just spraying a bunch of grass, and as you can tell, it's like nothing complicated here at all. I got it on one off, and it's because I don't want the individual things to stroke, so it just means pressing this button a bunch of times. But I feel like that's cool. And see, even though I said we're not going to go over here too much, I can't help but throw some stuff up into the areas over here, just in case. And a little bit there. So there's like a cool bunch of grass. Let's try another new layer. See if I can find another shape that I can do a bit of a variant grass with, just to keep it different. Here's like a different texture. No. Yeah, that's more like a moss. But that's cool. We can even do a bit of the like I'm going to erase into that more, but there's some like mossy areas now. Okay. That could be cool. Let's fill that up with that. All right. All right, another save. I want a couple of like longer grass, like river grass shapes now. And I think I'm gonna do something like this actually. But I think I am gonna turn it on to continuous. And I want to kind of go like a new layer though. Change the color. Just a bit of that. Kind of not a lot. Gonna go back to single. Shapes. Let's turn it over. Some stuff like that. Cool. And then let's see if this is like a claw, but might actually work cool for this too. Like a one-off kind of a thing. No. But maybe smaller. Like that. All right. Maybe. What else do we want to do to this? I think that's actually looking kind of nice. I might want to build more background to it. Let's try another new layer and decrease its res a lot. Go to rock. And give me just a big flat rock. And how big can I make it? I'm pretty big. And maybe we're gonna like literally just back here, and we'll even go back a little bit so we're not, let's go a different color. Start with that. And then let's kill the saturation even more. There. And you're just gonna go with like that. It's like a Pacific Northwest kind of cliff area. There's lots of these where I live now. It's kind of cool. Just to like, yeah, it comes around. Just in case I need to, I'm gonna put a bit more in here. I wound up increasing the size of my space, but I don't want to put those there. I'm gonna leave those off because I think I might do one more ground layer. That's cool though. So looking at it from here, like a rock there, rock there. Just lots of this like rock. It might be a little too much. Let's leave it off. Okay. New layer. Decrease, decrease. Set the color. Okay. Now here's where I'm going to put some ground in. It's probably going to end up being the same color as the ground for the what you call it? Here, but just to give us a bit more ground. And okay, and then let's erase that. I want to come in here. Good. Fill, and then erase. Okay. I think we're going to call this as my space for right now and try texturing it. I'm going to say very different from what we were working on before, but export. Yeah, we're at 15 million polys. That's cool. I'm going to take this into Keyshot and try to make it natural looking, and then I will post it up on my Instagram. And I hope you enjoyed following along with me. I know I say this every time if you listen, but if you're here on Twitch, please subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube where I archive them, subscribe there too if you want to, or come over to Twitch and watch me do it live every morning, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you guys later. Okay, bye-bye.